What's up, girls? I'm back with another video to help you make better decisions in your relationships. And today, I wanted to talk to you about the truth about masculinity. The first thing that comes to our minds when we think about masculinity is usually not very good things. But that's because there's a common misconception about what masculinity truly is. The term that commonly comes to mind when we talk about masculinity is toxic masculinity. But when we take away some of the misconceptions that are commonly attributed to masculinity, we can really take a look at what masculinity really is. And what masculinity really is a formation of the personality and how someone tends to react to certain situations. The feminine personality is going to have a different set of reactions to certain stimulus than the masculine will. Masculine personalities tend to be more aggressive and assertive, while feminine personalities tend to be more caring and nurturing. And masculine and both feminine are seen as something that's either male, or males are supposed to be masculine, while the females are supposed to be feminine. But nothing could be further from the truth. There are plenty of masculine females and plenty of feminine men. And commonly, when you see males that you would attribute toxic masculinity to them, they're actually being toxic feminine. So it's important to have an understanding of what both of these are, but today we're going to be zeroing in on masculinity. So masculinity is something that could be attributed to being a male or a female. And it's going to look very similar in both circumstances. A masculine woman is going to act very similar to a masculine male. They're going to have a lot of the same personality traits, the way that they move in their life. For example, the businesswoman who is willing to do whatever to get to the top of her field and be the best at her job is probably going to be a masculine female. And this is not to say that feminine females cannot be very work-oriented and hardworking, because that's not the case. But they're typically not going to be as hardworking and as driven as the masculine feminine is, because that's just the way her personality works. It's what she values. She doesn't have a lot of the personality traits, or they're not her stronger points, as say the feminine female is, which would be the nurturing side, the caring side, the understanding side. And commonly it gets confusing when we look at someone's clothing and their appearance, that we can think that they're either masculine or feminine, but the clothing is just a external visual of what's going on in the inside. Sometimes, because you can be a masculine man and put on a dress and earrings and high heels, and you will still be a masculine man. You'll just be a masculine man wearing a dress. Just in the same way that you can be a feminine female, throw on some work boots and a work jacket, you're still going to be a feminine female. You're still going to react to certain circumstances a certain way. You're still going to bring certain qualities to the relationships that you have with others. And the reason why it's important for you to understand if you yourself are a masculine or feminine personality is because it's going to make a lot of things make sense for you. It's going to make sense why you have attracted a certain kind of person into your life in the past, and why you will continue to. Because typically in a relationship, you're going to have one masculine person and you're going to have one feminine person. Now that's just typically. Two feminine people could definitely be together, and two masculine people can be together as well, although it comes with its own set of issues, because now you have people who are trying to play the same roles in the relationship. But typically, you're going to have one feminine and one masculine personality in the relationship. So it's very important to understand where you lie on this spectrum, and it's going to allow you to have way better relationships had you not understood. Because when you understand that someone is either feminine or masculine, you're going to understand what to expect from yourself and also what to expect from others. For example, let's say you have a masculine female dating a feminine man. So the masculine female is going to be assertive, aggressive towards her goals. She's going to want to get there, and she's going to be aggressive and straightforward and direct about going to get her goals. So she may see a feminine man and the feminine man that she'd be dating, and she may be like, hey, why are you not going out there and being more assertive and more aggressive towards your goal? You're a man, you know. But what she be failing to realize is that he is a more feminine style man. So he may not be as aggressive and business minded as the masculine female may be. He may have a more lackadaisical approach to going about his goals. He may need to get his creative juices flowing before he starts doing things. And the reason why it's important to understand this is because she has unrealistic expectations of what her partner should be doing. Could he be more aggressive? Maybe. But it's not a bad or unexpected thing that he likes to take a more lackadaisical approach. And just because he is a man does not mean that he is going to go about things in a certain way. And this is not to say that the feminine is lazy, because that is not the case. And you can just look out into society, our current society, and see that the females are really the ones that seem to be taking care of business way over the males, in my opinion. But typically, the feminine is not going to be as aggressive and conquering as a masculine male would be. Because we can look back in history and see men are typically the more aggressive ones who want to go out, conquer countries, take down societies, be destructive. I say all this to say that there's a spectrum. No one's going to be a purely feminine or a purely masculine personality. There's going to be very few people who are all masculine or all feminine. So everyone's going to be somewhere on the spectrum. But even still, just because you're extremely feminine doesn't mean you can't take a more masculine approach to how you reach your goals in your career. Because many feminine women are very career focused. Or you can be a very masculine man who's gotten more comfortable with his feelings and has become more nurturing. But learning about each other, the masculine learning about the feminine, and the feminine learning about the masculine, is how you're going to be able to have better relationships, more healthy relationships, especially when both people are working on integrating the other's traits into their own personality. The masculine is going to benefit greatly from trying to integrate some feminine personality traits into his personality, just as the feminine is going to benefit greatly from trying to integrate some of the masculine personality traits into her personality. Because once the feminine understands the masculine and the masculine understands the feminine, and we integrate these into our own lives, we're going to have a lot of understanding, a lot of less misunderstandings about what to expect from each other, and that's going to lead to having better relationships. So that's my video on the truth about masculinity. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought about it. Also, if you liked it, give it a like. And you can subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future. Also, if you'd like to follow me on a daily basis, you can subscribe to my Instagram, which I will link down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.